Hello and welcome. This is Nurse Jared, and today we are going to be going over the Ceruledge deck. This deck has seen me a good bit of success in both online tournaments and a few local tournaments as well. So I wanted to share my build with you guys and just give a quick guide on to what my thought process is and how this deck runs. Starting off with the deck list, we've got Charcadet. He's our main basic that leads into Ceruledge. We got Fezandipiti. Flip the script, gives us 3 cards if any of our cards were knocked out last turn. Lumineon, this helps us search for a supporter, so we can get our Carmine turn 1 if we're stuck, or later in the game we can find a boss. We got our main attacker Ceruledge. We're going to be using the attack Abyssal Flames for 1 fire energy. This attack does 20 more damage for each energy card in our discard pile. So most of our deck is centered around getting energy discarded as quickly as possible. So it's a fast flying deck. We get to see lots and lots of cards and then do big damage numbers. We've got Iron Bundle for a bit of tech. Hyper Blower forces our opponent to switch out their active with one of their bench cards. This can be really good if they put up a stall Pokemon like Mimikyu, or if there's a 1 prizer in the active that we really just don't want to hit. We've got Palkia V and his friend Palkia VSTAR. We use this card for the Star Portal ability. During your turn, you may attach up to 3 water energy cards from your discard pile to any water Pokemon in any way you like. So we can use Star Portal to power 2 water cards to Palkia for Subspace Swell. This attack does 60 base damage, plus 20 damage for each benched Pokemon in the game. So it's a great early to mid-game attacker. You can usually hit for around 200 damage, take out some of those 2 prize support Pokemons on your opponent's bench like Fezandipiti, Rotom, that sort of thing early on in the game to start the prize trade. Palkia V-Star also gives us the option to power up Radiant Greninja for the Moonlight Shuriken attack. This attack costs 2 water, 1 colorless, where you can basically put 90 damage on any 2 of our opponent's Pokemon. It can be in the active or on the bench. This is great for decks like Charizard or what do you call her? Gardevoir, that has a bunch of early stage Pokemon with low HP that need to stay on the bench for a few turns in order to be evolved and set up. You can snipe some of those out and really hinder your opponent's process. Squawkabilly's in here. If we can get access to this guy on turn 1, we can use his Squawk and Seize ability to discard our hand and draw 6 more cards. Great for getting energy into the pool right away. And then last we got Bloodmoon Ursaluna. This card is great to have as a last resort attacker at the end of the game. Sometimes our opponents can really get a good bit of disruption going and take out a lot of our attackers. So we can throw in Bloodmoon Ursaluna at the end and get a Blood Moon attack for 240 damage to finish out the game. For trainers, we got 4 Ultra Balls, helps us discard more energy and search out some Pokemon. Earthen Vessel helps us rip energy out of our deck. Briar's a great card. Ceruledge is our Terra Pokemon. This can let us even out the prize trade at the end of the game if we end up having to take a 1 prizer at the start. Can really come in handy. Jamming Tower makes it so that no tools in the game have effect. We don't run any tools in this deck, so this can be a really great way to disrupt our opponent. We've got Iono for hand disruption. We've got 1 copy of PokéStop to see more cards, discard more energy. Because we're blowing through our cards and just throwing everything into the discard pile, we've got 4 copies of Night Stretcher to get our VIP Pokemon back into our hand, or even a clutch single energy card for the end of the game. Got 1 copy of Pokemon Catcher. Because this is an item card, it pairs very well with PokéStop. If you PokéStop on a Pokemon Catcher, then you can get it into your hand right away. Pal Pad can help get 2 supporters that we didn't want to discard back into our deck. This is great for Briar, for Boss, for late game. Got 4 copies of Nest Ball to help us search out some Pokemon early on. And then for our A-Spec, I like running Secret Box. I know a lot of Ceruledge decks have been playing around with Brilliant Blender or Legacy Energy. I find that Secret Box is kind of a just more worthwhile A-Spec to have for this deck. Being able to discard 3 energy cards from our hand and then get a item card and a supporter card, sometimes even a stadium card, can really help us get going in the mid game if we can find that secret box. We got 3 copies of Professor's Research to help us discard more cards. In that same vein, we have 2 copies of Carmine, not as strong as Professor's Research. You only get 5 cards, but we can use this on our first turn if we go first to discard our hand, which we're going to be trying to go first as much as possible. So that's a really powerful card for us. So we got 2 copies. And then we have 2 copies of Boss's Orders for our Gust at the end. For energy, we're running 7 copies of Water Energy, 7 Fire Energy, and then 4 Jet Energy. This counts towards Ceruledge's attack, so if it's in our discard pile, it still adds 20 damage even though it's special energy. And this will let us switch out a benched Pokemon up to the active. Really helps out for any kind of stall that our opponent is trying to create. Alright, hopping into our first game here. We're hoping to win the coin flip so that we can choose to go first. This deck can do okay going second, but really we're a turbo deck and we want to take that first 2 prize cards. So we won the flip, so we're going to choose to go first. For our opening hand, we're hoping to see at least 1 Charcadet onto our bench and a Squawkabilly so that we can get that ball rolling. We are starting a Lumineon. This is awful. If you don't know much about this card, it only activates if you play it from your hand to your bench on your turn. So starting with it in the active means that we don't get access to its ability, which means it's just a dead 2 prizer on our bench. So we did get lucky and pulled a Carmine though, so we can use this even though it's a supporter on our first turn, and we'll just get a new set of cards, get all of that delicious energy, and look at that, we lucked out. Making up for the Lumineon luck, we got a Squawkabilly to add to our bench. I am going to use this Earthen Vessel before I Squawk and Seize, which will get us even more energy into our discard. I'm going to throw the PokéStop up now, but I'm going to wait to use it until after I Squawk and Seize. Nothing else I can play from my hand now, so we'll hit that Seize. See 6 new cards, and look at that, we pulled a Charcadet, and we pulled a Secret Box. Now, I'm going to hit the PokéStop now, see if there's anything else we can grab that we would rather discard with the Secret Box. Looks like 1 more Ultra Ball. We did get a Charcadet into the discard, but that's okay because we've got 4 copies of Night Stretcher to kind of help with that situation. I think I'm going to use the Nest Ball first, and I'm going to see what all we have in our deck. We've got our Palkia and our Palkia VSTAR. We have 1 copy of Ceruledge, so we definitely prized one of those. And it looks like we prized our Radiant Greninja as well. We've got, we're prized 2 Night Stretchers too, so that's, we got to be pretty careful with our Night Stretchers. So I don't want to discard one of those with the Secret Box. So I'm just going to grab a Palkia VSTAR. And then I think we'll Secret Box away both an energy and 2 discards, or 2 Ultra Balls. So I'm going to keep this Night Stretcher. That's going to be pretty high value since we're down so many. For next turn, I'm going to grab a Professor's Research and an Ultra Ball so that we can get that Palkia VSTAR. I wish I had held onto an energy to attach for turn. I should have done that before discarding all of them. I should have attached an energy to turn for Lumineon so that I could retreat them out of the active. That was definitely a misplay. But we'll just pass here. See what our opponent can do to get set up with his Goldango deck. Goldango kind of has the reverse ideology of Ceruledge. They want to get as much energy into their hand as possible so that they can power up their attacks. But we're both turbo decks, so we're both just going to be trying to hit that 3-turn, 2 prize, sort of bing bang boom, take all 6 prize cards mindset. So really, whoever can get the 2 prizes going first is going to be at a major advantage for this game. I have 7 energy in the discard pile and a Ceruledge. So I didn't prize one, I just had 1 discarded. That was a mistake. So if we can get a fire energy into our hand next turn, I think Palkia VSTAR then would be the preferred play for next turn, because then I can accelerate one water energy to the Lumineon as well for that retreat and get Palkia VSTAR up into my active. And then I'll be able to start swinging with him. Hopefully he benches a 2-prizer that we can maybe get into the active slot, or we can just take a 1-prize knockout onto Gimmighoul and then hopefully even it up with a Briar play at the end of the game. Okay, looks like he's going to end his turn there, so no 2-prizers to target. We'll see if we can just knock out this Gimmighoul with Palkia. Got our fire energy, so I could also fire energy, Night Stretcher, get a Ceruledge going here, but then I wouldn't have a way to get Lumineon out. I'm gonna PokéStop first, because if I discard my VSTAR here, that'll be great, because then I could just Night Stretcher it out. Discarded my Briar, which I just said we needed, so hopefully we'll be able to Pal Pad him back later. I know I said this Night Stretcher was very, very vital, but I am going to get rid of it now to get my VSTAR up. We'll get VSTAR rolling, and then let's research, see if we don't like pull a jet energy or something. We did get one. So I'm going to Nest Ball, grab another Charcadet, get him on board. I'm going to Earthen Vessel, get this fire energy out of here, probably get another fire energy. And then I could jet energy him up, but I think I'll just stick with the VSTAR plan instead. And we will Star Portal. Get 1 to Lumineon, 2 to Palkia, and then we can retreat the Lumineon. Get Palkia into the active. I could have gotten Charcadet into the active too, but I think Palkia is a better swinger for right now. I still have a Ceruledge in hand, so I am just going to get rid of 2 more energy, grab that Ceruledge, and then get him set up for my attacker as well. Only other basic Pokemon in my deck right now is that Hyper Blower and Bloodmoon Ursaluna. If I blow this Gimmighoul, he's just going to bring forward the other Gimmighoul, so that would just be a waste. So I think I'll just swing for knockout at this point, and we'll get that prize trade started. Not a bad card to draw at all. Down to 11 cards in deck, so we've already thinned out quite a bit. This is where I like to, so I've got 11 energy, which means my Ceruledge is swinging for 250. Good news is that Gholdengo is weak to fire, so that's plenty as far as knockouts. I don't really need to get any more energy into the discard at this point in the game. So I'm kind of chilling there. I do have 3 Night Stretchers discarded, so I only have 1 more available to me, so that's pretty rough. That means I'll likely need to rely on that Bloodmoon Ursaluna for a late game attacker. But that's okay, because we have a way to grab him, and we have stuff left in our deck to attach to him. When I pulled out, I think I still had 2 fire energy left in the deck. Likely still there's a jet energy in there as well, unless we prized 2. So we're sitting good on options. Pal Pad is either prized or it's still in the deck. So we'll be able to get our Briar back and then make that play happen at the end of the game. Subspace Swell right now is hitting for 8. Well, he's gonna knock Palkia here for sure. He's got a 16 card hand, for Christ's sake. So Palkia is gonna be gone, but we'll be able to push Ceruledge up and get that return knockout on the Gholdengo. It would be amazing if we could draw into an Iono here. Our Fezandipiti is prized, so we don't have access to that. Otherwise, I would Nest Ball for Fez after he gets the knockout on VSTAR here, and then that would let us see a few more cards. All of our draw power this game is pretty much prized. But that's okay, because we've been lucky on supporters, we've had plenty of access to Carmines and researches. So VSTAR's for sure dead. I might just research here, because there's really no other supporter that I need. I want to take out this Goldango next turn, so I don't need a boss. Iono would be nice. So if we don't top deck that Iono though, then I'll probably just research here. Before I do that, I think I will get Bloodmoon onto the bench. Yeah, just to get him set up. Let's just Earthen Vessel this Carmine, we don't need it. Let's see what else is in the deck. Yeah, we just got the 1 energy. We got Bloodmoon, Bundle, 1 boss, 1 Iono. Or 2 boss actually. Our Pal Pad. And a Night Stretcher and a Jet. So that's a pretty good selection of remaining cards. Besides the ones that are in our prizes, that's really everything that we would need. So pretty happy with the amount of thinning that we've done. I'm going to attach here, and then I will Nest Ball for Bloodmoon, and we'll just research. Ooh, well we can, because we'll have Pal Pad. So if we research down to 1, we can just Pal Pad 2 supporters back in. So that's not the end of the world. We're hitting for knockout for sure. Really wish that I had Iono this turn, but that's okay. We'll just get Pal Pad, we'll just get Research and Briar in so we don't deck out. Don't want to Iron Bundle because I definitely want to swing at Goldango, and there's not another... Yeah, we can just get rid of this. And we'll get that knockout on Goldango. There's our Fez. Doesn't really help us at this point in the game because we don't want to mill ourselves to death. He's got enough cards, I can't imagine he won't get the knockout. Was there a Night Stretcher in there? No, I think it's prized, right? That's okay, because we'll be able to swing with Bloodmoon for next turn. He benched a bundle. That's interesting. So he's going to need 6 energy cards in order to get the knockout onto Ceruledge. There's no chance that he doesn't have access to that. So he's definitely going to be able to get the knockout here, which means we need to play for next turn. Bloodmoon only does 240, unfortunately. And he does not have another 2-prizer that we can swing at, so we might be a bit cooked here, because I don't think our other Night Stretcher is in the deck. So we're not going to have access to our Ceruledge again, which means that we're not going to have access to Briar either. And we don't have a way to one-shot a Goldango. So it's looking pretty bleak. Thornton play, interesting. Oh, he's going to try to get, okay, okay. Get Togekiss rolling. It doesn't matter too much because either way it's going to be a 2-turn game for him. So while a flashy play, it's not really going to change things. I guess it could make it so he could just take out my Charcadet next turn if he's able to gust it up, but nothing too crazy there. Wait for him to finish his stuff. Here we go. Make it rain for the knockout. We don't have much of a choice. We really need to just push the Bloodmoon forward here, which is unfortunate. We do have a Night Stretcher. Okay, look at us go. Alright, so we can Night Stretcher, get Ceruledge back. Man, we have just been lucky, lucky, lucky dogs with this one. We can Jet Energy our Ceruledge back up to the front. And then we'll Iono him down. And just pray, pray, pray. Let's see, is there anything we can discard before we Iono? I don't want to Iron Bundle. If he has a boss, he'll just boss up one of these, so I mean, we can throw Fez on the bench for no reason. And we'll Iron Bundle. Or Iono, not Iron Bundle. Got Research, we got Briar. Oh. Shoot! I should have dug for... I should have flipped the script and dug for Briar, not Iono there. That was... I forgot that Briar was in the deck, even though I brought it up 3 times. Okay. Huge misplay. Next time, dig for Briar. Could have won the game right there. Still going to post this, by the way, because learning from mistakes and getting better is one of the most fun things about this game. So even though it was a giant misplay and I should have taken the win there, I want to embrace that mistake and embrace the learning opportunity that comes with it. And we can all have a good laugh at my expense. Alright, let's see if he can get enough cards going. He's got Flip the Script, he's got Coin Bonus. All he needs is a few energy and a Gust. And he can take a knockout on like Squawk or Lumineon. Didn't have Cypher Maniacs, so that might be tough for him. So he wasn't able to cherry pick the cards that he needed. So let's see how his drawing skills are. Got the energy for the attack at least. Now, are all 6 of those an energy card? Or... now he's playing Cypher Maniacs. Oh, he's gonna have concealed cards. Okay. He must have drawn that late. Otherwise, I'm sure he would have used it for coin bonus. Or maybe he held onto it to see if he got the cards that he needed organically instead of having to use a supporter for them. But he'll be able to concealed cards here and get whatever those 2 cards are. Probably some kind of energy retrieval. Or PokéStop for them. Okay, for the counter catcher. Okay. So yeah, he's going to pull up one of my 2 prizers, and then he's going to use Earthen Vessel and get enough cards for the knockout. So, good game to him. He played that very well. I definitely could have played better. For some reason, even though I feel like Ceruledge has the edge in this matchup due to weakness, I always choke on Gholdengo. I don't know if it's his little gold face mocking me or what exactly it is that this deck does to my psyche, but every time I play against Gholdengo, I have some kind of weird misplay, like forgetting that Briar exists, forgetting that I specifically Pal Padded him back into my 3-card deck in order to search for him. It's the Gholdengo effect, you know? It's too powerful. But good game to my opponent. GG, goodest bear. Alrighty, hopping into game 2. Fresh off that Gholdengo defeat. I lose the coin flip, so we'll see where my opponent wants to be, first or second. He's gonna take his time. It's a hard choice to make. Really thinking about whether he wants to go first or second. I'm gonna go first. That's good for me, but we'll see what kind of deck he's playing. Right off the rip, we get a Charcadet. Feeling strong about that. But we don't have any other ball search in hand, which is tough. Can't use Professor's Research on turn 1. So really hoping we draw into a Nest Ball or an Ultra Ball here. Nope, got energy. It be like that sometimes. So the only thing we can do is get 2 energy off this Earthen Vessel, attach for turn, And we're gonna have to pass there. Up against a Gardevoir deck. So Gardevoir, we can hopefully, if we have access to Radiant Greninja and Palkia VSTAR, we can use them to take out some of the Kirlia and routes early in the game, slow down his setup. The fact that I wasn't able to get any of them on my bench for turn 1 though is going to slow me down quite a bit. So we'll see how it goes. These one prize attacker decks like Gardevoir can be a tough time for Ceruledge because we really just want to hit that 2-2-2 prize path. And they don't really bench a lot of 2 prizers outside of Gardevoir, which can take a bit of doing to be able to swing and one-shot a Gardevoir. We got nothing going for us that turn. I'm going to research here. I would have liked to hold on to this Jamming Tower for later in the game, but because I have to research, I'm just going to play it now. Otherwise it'd be lost forever anyways. Got another Charcadet. Got a Ceruledge. Feeling a bit better now. Gonna Nest Ball, see what's bunking around in here. Got our Fez, Lumineon, Palkia V, but no oh, there's Palkia VSTAR. We got our Greninja too, which we'll grab. Got our Secret Box, we got 3 Night Stretchers. I think I discarded one of the Night Stretchers already. And 2 Jet Energies. Got our Briar, got 1 boss in the prizes. Got our Squawkabilly, so we'll grab him with the... No, we won't grab him because it's not our first turn. Alrighty, so we'll conceal cards, get rid of one of these water energies. Got a Lumineon and a Briar. I don't feel... You can always discard your Lumineon and then Night Stretcher it back in later. It's not a supporter card that I'm going to need right now, so I feel okay about that. Get Palkia down on the bench, so that hopefully we can get VSTAR going next turn. And then we'll just get the knockout on Drifloon. Gets rid of one of his Bravery Charms right away, so that's always good. We'll just start that 1-card prize trade. Radiant Greninja, hopefully we can get going. If we get like a Jet Energy, we can get him into the active and then just attach 2 waters with Star Portal. Our opponent's kind of got a slower start too, so happy to see that, of course. Get his attacker back into his deck. So far I've got 6 energy in the discard, which is not terrible, which is why I'm swinging for 150. Okay, so at this point I could Ultra Ball, get rid of like Briar and Ursaluna, and get VSTAR going, but I don't have a way of getting Rad Greninja into the active, and he's kind of hella bricked anyways, so I'm just gonna sit on it. We'll just swing again. See if we can Ultra Ball some less valuable cards next turn. Or maybe he just, you know, can't get a turn going with... Oh, that's tough. Okay, so, well, GG's. You hate to see it. Not gonna bad manners here. We'll just take the knockout, move on to the next game. Good game, Lynn Hares 95. Sorry about the bricked hand, but heads never deads. Every single time. But it would appear that tails never fails. See if it's another Guardy deck that wants to go second. Help us out a little bit. Oh, okay. We're going first again. There's not much difference if you do end up having to go second. You're still kind of swinging for the same things. Both of us end up with a mulligan there. Alright, not a bad hand. Got our ball search this time. Happy with that. Woo, this might be our mirror match. That'd be a fun one to show off. Oh, that was that was my hand. Okay, Archaludon. That's a tough matchup for us. Another mulligan from our opponent. Oh shoot, more mulligans. Okay, he's not either bad luck or he's not running very many Pokemon. I will take all three. Okay, he's got his Duraludon going. Gonna attach to active now before I forget. Got our Rad Gran on the bench, that's great. Alright, and we'll Nest Ball, see what we got in our deck. Got our Squawk, so we're gonna grab him first off. We have VSTAR, but no V. Oh, V's on our board. V's on our board. Good to go there. Got our Secret Box. Looks like we got both our stops. A lot of energy. Missing a Ceruledge. Not too bad. I don't think I saw Lumineon in there. So we're going to get rid of all of these with Squawk and Seas anyways, so it doesn't really matter too much what we Ultra Ball away. We will hopefully be able to Pal Pad some of our supports back later. Want to get another Charcadet going. Might as well throw the Jamming Tower. Shouldn't have thrown the Jamming Tower in, should have Ultra Balled it away. That's okay. We don't really need, I don't think I would get another Pokemon on my bench at this point anyway, so actually playing the Jamming Tower is just fine. Not just coping there. Got a Carmine, awesome rip. Gonna go ahead and conceal cards first, hopefully we just get some more energy in. Against Duraludon, Archaludon, we want to be swinging for 300 pretty much as soon as possible because we're not going to be able to get into weakness on this one. Yeah, I mean I could get another Charcadet down, but yeah, I think I will. Why not? So to swing for 300, we need to have 14 energy in the discard pile. Right now we got 1. So we're just going to Carmine this hand away as well. Get a few more energy in there. And okay, we're chilling here. We will just end our turn. While they're going, we got no Pokemon in the discard, so those Night Stretchers aren't going to have much value right now, but we don't want to get rid of them either. So Duraludon's tough because they are quite tanky and they negate their fire weakness against us with the main attack from Archaludon. So we really have to be putting up some big numbers pretty quick because they also run a lot of scoop cards. So if we only hit Archaludon for like half of his health, there's a high chance he's going to use something like Scoop Up Cyclone or Professor's Turo to get that card off of the board and back into his hand, ripping all the damage away from it, which could really, really hurt and slow our progress down. So this is kind of a race. What the hell is that? Once during your turn, you may discard your hand and draw 5 cards. If you use this ability, your turn ends. Interesting. This attack does 30 more damage for each prize card our opponent has taken, so it's a mini Charizard too. See what I mean? See what I mean? We're scooping up, we're cycloning. Ooh, interesting. He's got a lot of Night Stretchers, I would imagine. We're gonna concealed cards here. Really hoping to see a Ceruledge. Shoot. Okay, so that's kind of a bummer. We're gonna lose 2 Night Stretchers right off the rip, but we don't have a choice. We cannot sit here bricked like this. And we don't get a way to get Ceruledge, but we do get Palkia. And Palkia VSTAR would be attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 120 plus 60 is 180. So not enough to get the knockout there, unfortunately. So that's a bit rough. Energy, we do have 3 in the discard. I don't know if it's worth it to bring him all the way up just to not be able to get any kind of a knockout going. I hate sitting like this, but I do think that that's going to be our best option for now. We can Will-O-Wisp for 40. Then if we have to, we can Palkia for the knockout next turn. But I mean, retreating the Charcadet, using Palkia's VSTAR. Yeah, he's going for a very tanky build just to get 180 on the Zamazenta when he could just scoop it back up. Doesn't feel worth it to me. So, sucks that we have to stall out for another turn. But I think that is a better play rather than ripping resources to just not get a knockout anyways. So does he want to throw his metal? Yep, okay. Okay. So if he gets one more energy attach, he can kill Charcadet here, which is fine. Solid research, love to see it. Kinda glad that they got rid of the Iono. Does he have that energy? He's got the Relicanth, so if we put... so this is another dangerous thing. If we don't get a knockout onto an Archaludon and we just put a bunch of damage counters, then he can use this move, Raging Hammer, which does 10 for each damage counter on it. So that can be an easy one-hit knockout for him. He's just going to rip another hand away. Okay. So let's see if we can get that Ceruledge. Alright, let's see if we can get that. Ceruledge. Okay, alright. So now, yeah, now I think, well, let's see. So this is doing minus 30 damage, but we've got 10. So that's hitting for 260. Minus 30 is 230, 270 for the knockout. That's easy. Retreat. Let's get him pulled up here. Let's just get another energy, get that ready for if we ever do get. And I think, do we want to boss the Fez instead? Wouldn't be awful. We're swinging for 230, 260 onto a Fez. I think that is what we want to do. Still not a Ceruledge. That's okay. He's getting closer. I can feel him. So he's definitely gonna be able to evolve here. Otherwise, he would not have promoted it. Get some more metal. I think Archaludon's ability. He has to rip energy from the discard, right? Do 2 basic metal from your discard. Yeah. So that's why concealed cards really is helpful for them. They need to be able to get energy into the discard in order to be able to rip it back and accelerate it. And they concede. Okay, they didn't hit the hand that they wanted. So that's kind of the basics of Ceruledge. I'll put up some more advanced videos later if that's something that would be helpful. We didn't get to see the Radiant Greninja pivot, which I think is part of what makes this deck a bit more versatile than some other turbo decks and makes it really fun to play. But we'll hit that next time. I'm a newer channel, so any kind of support that you can throw my way really helps out. Just a like, a comment, a subscription goes a really long way in kind of helping get the word out. I've been Nurse Jared. You've been a great audience. Thanks and have a great day.